Hello. Alright. Just a quick few things I got over the past few weeks and stuff. Pretty much everything here was super cheap. And the first thing you're going to see there, I got this before Halloween. Probably about a month before Halloween. Mothra versus Godzilla. Or as it was originally known as, Godzilla versus the Thing. Okay? Comes with the American and Japanese versions of the great Godzilla movie. This one comes with all sorts of things, English subtitles, Japanese version of the film. Came out in 1964. Really excited to get around to watching the Japanese version, where we don't have all the if you've seen this, the newscasters and everything in it. Alright, this is Invasion of Astro Monster. Okay, we knew it was probably Godzilla versus Monster Zero. Has Godzilla, Rodan, and Ghidorah in it. And same thing, Japanese version, American version. Really excited to see this one. These were super cheap. I found myself very, listen to that, brand new. Found myself very lucky to pick these up. Alright, Big Lots, $3. Invaders from Mars. It's an 80s movie, remake of the great 50s movie. And Strange Invaders. I love these midnight movies, the cult classics. And actually I paid less than $3. Big Lots had a sale going on. Haven't even opened this one yet. Yeah, pretty good stuff. Tribute to those 50 sci-fi things. Alright, this movie, by far, Three Stooges in Orbit. I absolutely have always loved this movie. And it's one of the most satisfying experiences when I watch this movie. It's got everything I like. It's got like it's got a big haunted big mansion in it. Feels like it's haunted. You got these aliens who, if you look to me, they look like Frankenstein. Has that sound noise that kind of makes it feel creepy and everything. And a few facts that I remember reading over the years about this movie. First of all, it's the first 20 to 30 minutes of the movie was an unaired pilot of the Three Stooges that did not get picked up, so they kind of recycled it. And there's a lot of props and stuff in this movie from Forbidden Planet, which I thought was very cool. And to me, this is one of the most pure Three Stooges movies. It actually feels like the old Three Stooges shorts. It's got the director who did most of that stuff. It's got an actor or two from the original Three Stooges shorts. I'm not going to go on and on about this movie, but I think you get the point. Great stuff. Great. Really glad to find that. Alright, let me open this one up. This is homemade. This is probably the Superman movie you've never heard of. You can get on YouTube, I believe, and find this. Just type in Superman Luthor for President. A couple years ago, on a message board, these guys posted that anybody who wants this movie they made, they'll get a free DVD copy. And this thing cost me nothing. Okay, it was by OCD Productions, and what they did is they just made this movie based on the comic book Luthor for President that they wanted to put around Hollywood, I guess, to show people what they could do. And this DVD cover, it's just on plain paper. My printer was messed up on the color. It was made by the guy who ran the message board, and we all passed it around and everything. The movie's not bad. lot considering that, you know, zero budget and stuff. But, you know, check out, like I said, Superman Luthor for President. And I think there's clips here and there. I'm trying to remember when this was actually made. It seems like it was like around 2004 or 5 or something. No idea when I got this. Go figure. Oh well. Maybe it was a copyright date when I watched the movies. I've had this laying around for years and I haven't watched it in a while. Now, I know we do comics and stuff here, guys, but, you know, let's get real. I've kind of mentioned this before. Philip Jose Farmer started this series of books in 1965, The World of Tears. I've actually got them backwards. And this is volume 1 of the hardback, published in 1979. This has the first 2 books of the series, and this has the final 3 books of the series. And the whole premise of the World of Tears series is that there's the lords of the universes, I guess, and they all are so old they make planets and universes and stuff. And basically the main character, you know, kind of is old, and he's like in his 50s and everything, and he's forgot who he is. And the first book is him discovering who he is. And you find out there's a lord who has made Earth, and he's got his own world that he made, the World of Tears. And you know, it's all flat. There's a bottom, top. It's like 5 tiers. And the coolest one that he runs around on is Kikaha. You know, there's these Native Americans, but they're also centaurs. There's a green planet. And to answer questions like, you know, how come carbon dating puts, you know, our universe, our Earth, you know, billions of years old? He said, well, you know, we got the materials from another universe, you know. So, really great. And I'm so lucky to find these. I didn't know these were out. These are 2 hardback books. I've had the set twice, and the second time I really just gave them to a guy who collects paperbacks and everything. They just meant a whole lot more to him than it did me, you know, and I knew I'd find them. They were first editions. Well, I'm much happier having the hardbacks. So, check it out. Philip Jose Farmer, the best comic book writer who ever wrote a comic. That's how I feel about the guy. Alright, new pickups, moving on. Okay. Kirby number 4, Genesis. I had a request to kind of, you know, explain what was going on in these books to the best of my knowledge. That's on, well, that's on the bag. I love this. This book is just kicking so much butt. Anyway, I had a request to maybe, you know, go over some of this stuff, go through the series. I think I will once the series is complete. That's the best I think I can do. So. Alright, Astro number 2 of 2, Astro City. Okay, not going to get into that too much. Savage Dragon Destroyer Duck. I want to put this to the end. I want to talk about this book a little bit. I got this practically for nothing. Superman number 700. Straczynski, James Robinson, Dan Jurgens, Burroughs, Murder Chain. I tell you what, I went through this and I tried to read it. It was crap, in my opinion. You know, to be a Superman number 700, I expected quite a bit more. But with Wonder Woman 600, this thing rocked. I mean, this was absolutely great. You know, it's got Amanda Conner, Jeff Johns, Gail Simone, Louise Simonson, Straczynski. I can't remember if that's Alan Davis, Hughes, Adam Hughes, Phil Jimenez. Scott Collins, I believe, George Perez, Ivan Rice. I mean, just an introduction by Linda Carter. And we all know who she is there. This was absolutely fantastic. It really did. And it went behind the scenes on the new costume, all the controversy and stuff. And I mean, really, when you look at that, do you see Wonder Woman? Come on. Alright, just saying. But this was really good. You know, some pin-ups here and here to give you an idea. You know, so, you know, go figure that of all, you know, this was just fantastic. I mean, look at this. There you go. I don't think I'm going to top that pin-up. Alright, Batman, 80-page giant, 2011. One of the few books that came out. You know, before 52. It's pretty solid, man. I don't think there's any really big, huge names on this. I love that cover. Let me see here. I don't really see anybody that's just, you know, a real big, huge guy, but that might have been what's cool about it. Just about, you know, a whole bunch of stories going on here. And, you know, so that's what I'm trying to tell you. Just solid fun. It's just, you're not going to miss anything. Some cool stuff. Go back and read this. Oops. Oh, that's cool. A raven head. I'm sure it's a mask. So, alright, you guys have watched my videos now. I'm a big Michael Moorcock Elric guy. Philip Jose Farmer, Michael Moorcock. You know, great sci-fi writers of the 60s and 70s there. And this is Tom Strong, number 32 from America's Best Comics. It's an Alan Moore book, but, you know, he gave the reins there to some writers there for about, you know, I don't know, maybe the last year Tom Strong was published. Anyway, this is part 2 of the Black Blade of the Barbary Coast, and it has Elric in it, and of course there are monkeys. And it's got, what was his name, Captain Zodiac, who appears to be Elric. I don't know if he'd have to be an Eternal Champion. And he's on the quest to find this blade, which on this world is its version of Stormbringer. And it's like it's kind of like this, like that pirate's saber, you know, instead of a big broadsword or long sword, you know. Great stuff. Michael Moorcock, Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman, they are all big fans of Michael Moorcock, and it's kind of cool to find some comic book stuff about the guy. Alright, Doom Patrol number 19. This is a crossover with Secret 6 number 30. You know, got these for $1 a piece. I think I'm down to maybe needing the last 9 or 10 copies of issues of Secret 6. Thanks to the comic book shop around here, I've gotten really behind, and you know, it's kind of cool that the series ended. I hate to see it go, but the whole fact that they had this big storyline here in number 31, I think this is where it starts. I kind of flipped through this a little bit, and the whole concept of heroes running around hell, just I can't suspend my disbelief. It's just silly, in my opinion, but you know, we'll have some fun with it, take it for what it is. Alright, picked this up at a antique store for nothing. This is my second or third copy. Can't remember if I've showed this or not. Like I said, I found a little stack here. But anyway, OMAC number 5. Great condition. Kirby stuff. Can't go wrong with that. I had a lot of fun with this book. I got this pretty cheap. There's a chunk up here. But this is Thor 148, first appearance of the Wrecker. And what cracks me up is how the Wrecker got his powers. Loki is powerless, so he called in a favor. And you know, from one of his Norse, you know, gods, and the Wrecker had broke into the apartment or something that Loki was staying in, and found the hat, and was like, what is this silly hat? So he puts the hat on. Well, that's right when the Asgardian materializes, sees the silhouette of, you know, the Wrecker with Loki's helmet, hits him, and all of a sudden he is, you know, super powered, if you will. Just a fun issue, and I'm pretty sure it's Lee and Kirby. Yeah. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. So, yeah, there it is. Let's see if I can get that in there, and maybe you can pause and read it. That's as good as it gets, guys. Cracks me up. Good stuff. Alright, this reprints the Valiant series of Ray. And I don't know why they put him on there. He doesn't show up until like close to the last page. That's Ray of year 3000. Anyway, it's a trade paperback. Got this for $0.25. Reprints the entire Ray series from Valiant. That, you know, that originally, it's got the issues that originally appeared on the, well, no, it didn't. Yeah, there's Ray number 1, gives you the covers, and kind of walks you through everything. I do believe the series picked up after the backup features in Magnus Robot Fighter. What's really cool is, I can't tell people enough to pick up this book. This is Ray number 0. It's reprinted in this, and it kind of, you know, gives you the whole history of Ray and the future of the Valiant universe at that time. This panel right here was gold because there were heroes that had not popped up, you know, back in the 90s. But, you know, if you remember the Valiant and you were a Valiant guy, that's pretty cool. And here's something else I picked up. Now, I am absolutely fascinated, and it's thanks to Johnny Quest, of what the 60s and 70s, how they saw us, how they saw the future. I love the ideas they came up with, the optimism, you know, to them, the logical robot drawings and everything. And I got this for 35 cents. This is a library book, as you can see, The World of Future Robots. Goodwill, 35 cents, you know. And, you know, it goes along with Johnny Quest, the Black Hole, you know. Johnny Quest was cool because they actually got all these magazines and stuff that were like talking about the future of aeronautics and everything. So a lot of stuff that was in Johnny Quest was, you know, stuff they were trying to be building, and that they were trying to be, you know, trying to build. So I just love how, you know, we start out with cavemen in this book. You know, and then they talk about surgery and medicine, and then the atomic age. You know, so I think this was in 1979. And, you know, here we go. Work things in orbit. I really get a kick out of this stuff. You know, that's how they pictured us up in space. You know, I thought they were going to get machines that would fight fires. You know, really optimistic, you know. Farming on land and sea. Just great imagination. You really, you know, to this day, I'm really, you know, people or machines. And this is just great sci-fi stuff without even realizing what they were doing. You know, artificial intelligence. Now tell me that doesn't look like something that stepped right up out of heavy metal. You know, I mean, I can go through this whole book, you know, speaking to the stars, aliens, you know, just great stuff. And I told you I was going to back up and talk about this book real quick if you've hung in there. This is from 95, I believe, Savage Dragon and Destroyer Duck. And this actually was the official, unofficial return of Steve Gerber to Howard the Duck to a certain extent. But it's an official, unofficial crossover with Marvel. In the back of this book, Steve Gerber gets to talk about his little lawsuit over Howard the Duck with Marvel. How Destroyer Duck was, you know, a comic that he and Jack Kirby got together to raise funds to sue Marvel. And it's all symbolic of that. Now, after reading the back of this, what Steve Gerber had to say, you know, this is 20 years after he had created Howard the Duck, if I remember right, and everything like that. I was always kind of fascinated with the creator rights aspect and everything. And after reading this, I was like, Steve, get over it. So basically what was going on is he had returned to Howard the Duck in the pages of She-Hulk. And he felt like Marvel didn't really, you know, make a big hoo-ha about it. And then he had a chance to do this book with Destroyer Duck, but Marvel came calling, wanted him to do some stuff with Howard the Duck. Eric Larson said go for it. So with Steve Gerber, you know, in the back of this talking about how he felt like he got screwed over and everything like that, he went ahead and it says 2-3 pages that you can get Spider-Man Team Up number 5. And I don't have that book, so I'm looking for it. Anybody out there has it, give me a yell. And it's the one that had Spider-Man, Gambit, and Howard the Duck. Well, this crosses over. There's pages in here where, you know, you see Spider-Man's viewpoint of the story, and in this one you get to see Savage Dragon and Destroyer Duck's viewpoint of the story. And Steve Gerber felt like he screwed Marvel because he had Destroyer Duck and Savage Dragon grabbed Beverly and Howard the Duck and ran out instead of he left clones behind. So he's saying since 1995 that any appearances by Howard the Duck were not Howard the Duck. He saved them. They were clones. If you followed all that. Alrighty. I want to show you the pages real quick of Spider-Man. Oh, yeah. And what I wanted to say, too, is, you know, reading this, all of a sudden, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pop up. Cracked me up. I was like, this thing has it all. Let me find, we got the Duck. You know, a little satire there. Which cracked me up. And I'm getting there, guys. They go to Cleveland, and here's the pages. Okay, in the background over there, up high, I'm pointing all the way over here, that is Spider-Man and Gambit. They both walk into the warehouse. There's Spider-Man. There's Savage Dragon going at him. There is Spider-Man getting grabbed by a freak. And Savage Dragon getting a face full of webbing. And it also has, in this issue, right here, I do believe that is the elf with a gun from a Defenders run that Steve Gerber or James DeMantis or both of them did. So there's all kinds of things in there. So basically, I'm just saying, I got this on a whim. I mean, I like Destroyer Duck, and it turned out being a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Really solid stuff, a lot of great action. Story pops around, and it's a unofficial team up with Marvel. Spider-Man team up number 5. Anybody has it, give me a yell. Post some pictures on there or something. Okay. All right, guys, let's have fun. And let me show you my shirt I got today on sale. Sheldon Cooper. One lab accident from being a supervillain. 50% off of a sale price. You have a good deal. Alright, and we're out on that one.